Yeah. Before Angie comes up here, I would like to say a couple of words. My name is Aries the Voice. I've worked with this beautiful black woman, Nepal Zolu, since she's 16 years old. She's like my little sister. She's also helped us, myself and Angie Kears. She helped us to get a law passed in this state, in this city, and in this state. So this well now woman, she's a strong leader. And one thing I want to talk about is leaders. Peace, King. One thing I want to talk about is leaders. Because the one thing that's missing right now, especially in New York City, is leadership. We don't have leadership in New York City. Now, for one thing I want to say is what happened in Memphis is an atrocity, right? We have had atrocities happening in New York City for how long?
Too long.
Wait, no, we know. Say that again. For how long?
Too long.
How long?
Too long.
So, with that being said, we have unresolved issues with police injustice and police violence that still have not been resolved. Yet, we have activists and false leaders who are manipulating the situations, getting you out in the streets, trying to get you arrested so that when they can line their pockets with money. We saw it happen already with the Black Lives Matter movement. Within that Black Lives Matter movement, and I'm going to put the heat on Nepal for y'all, I want y'all to ask Nepal why she's no longer a part of Black Lives Matter, why she chose to leave. This is why I say she's the leader right now. She's not a person that's going to speak on it. She's not a person that's going to tell y'all the truth about what happened. But she was somebody who's also wronged by the misleadings of Black Lives Matter. So what I'm going to say is that in New York City right now, we have a man named Hawk Newsom who's going around parading as Black Lives Matter. Now he has a new now he has a new organization called Black Ops, which sounds like black cops. And what happened in Memphis happened with 5 black cops. So we will not continue to say to stop with the racist police, because it's not just white policemen that are being racist. It's also these black officers. So we have to stop putting the onus on just white supremacy and white racism, because the white supremacy is the whole system. But it's not just white cops. It's white cops, it's black cops, and I don't believe this color because they all blue. And on top of that, there's also a war we're fighting with our own leaders. So when I say that to say this, before I have Angelique Negroni Kears speak, I want to say that to say this. The real power is with the people.
Yes, sir.
There are more you out there than there are people who are on stages with microphones and megaphones. You have the power. And with that being said, when these survivors, when these families have to continuously deal with leaders who parade them in front of you people to line their pockets and then leave them by themselves to fend for themselves while they go on MSNBC and CNN and go on Cop Watch TV shows and go on BET and go on Vice TV shows and do all this stuff and still don't talk about the people who they were supposed to represent in the first place. These are the things that we have to be careful of. We have this going on in our city, ladies and gentlemen. You will be seeing this man, Hawk Newsom, and Black Ops going around using the murder of this man to line his pockets and to manipulate all of your feelings.
Do not give.
All of your feelings. And why do I say that? Because I was a member of Black Lives Matter. She was a great member of Black Lives Matter, and Nepal was a member of Black Lives Matter. We all left because we knew the injustice that was being done to our own people, and we still continue to fight. And as we continue to fight, this woman right here, who her husband was killed in the back of a car, is connecting police by connecting police overseer.
And he still don't talk about it.
He still doesn't talk about it. This woman still hasn't got justice. So yes, we want to make sure we get justice for Tyre Nichols. We have to make sure we have to make sure we attend to the things that are happening within our own city also. There's a big message that we have to make sure that we take care of our own before we start rushing out and saying that we're going to have justice for everybody when we're neglecting the people who are in our backyard. So I'm going to let this woman speak So that way she can tell her story again, because we've been fighting for over 6 years to get justice. And that's my whole point. Look, everybody's been fighting, and that's my point. We're tired of people manipulating your fight. The fight is for the people. The fight is with the people. So many things are going to happen, and guess what? Unfortunately, I've been doing this for over 15, 20 years. There's going to be another police murder. And when it happens again, we're all going to be back in the streets again. The problem is the leaders are going to be different, and they're still going to be lining their pockets with money, and we're still going to be dying. So you're right, sister. We're going to continue to die. The question is, are we going to fight differently, or are we going to continue to fight the same way we fight in the 60s and allow these fake leaders continuously be like Reverend Al Sharpton, be like Reverend J.C. Jackson? We don't want this to happen anymore. So now I'm going to let this woman tell her story. Rest in peace to Tyre Nichols. Rest in peace to all the survivors and all the fallen soldiers of police violence. Now, I'm going to get out of here. Before I say, I want y'all to put your fists in the air. Please put your fists in the air. Because I want you to know who the power really is. The power is not with people like me with a microphone. The power is with you. I'm not stopping you. Put all your fists in the air. Everybody. I want you to say, all power to the people.
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 All the time.
All the time.
Here's Angelique Negroni Kids.
Hello, honey. How you doing? Hello, everybody. My name is Angelique Negroni Kiers. I am the wife of Andrew Kiers, who was killed by Schenectady Police Department on May 11, 2017. I've been fighting for him for over almost 6 years. Okay? He's been trying to be heard for over 6 years. And I want you to understand, everybody, that it's not about just, these high-profile cases, which are regarding Breonna Taylor, Tyre Nichols, and so on and so forth. That's about each and every one of us that have been affected by police brutality. And if you don't know the ones that are in your city, you're not doing your damn job. Okay? There's a lot of family members that have been affected by police brutality, and we all need justice, not just one. One family is not above the other, and if you're screaming out Tyre Nichols, Breonna Taylor, Eric Garner, or George Floyd, then you need to scream out Andrew Kiers, John Collado, Breonna Taylor, excuse me,
It's okay, take your time.
I apologize.
Take your time. You're doing good.
Still Breonna Taylor.
Still Breonna Taylor. But I'm just saying, you guys always screaming out the same names. And it's so many. Last year alone, there was 1,000 cases of police brutality that's killed. And where's their names? Where's their names, guys? There's cases that have been 20, 30, and even a case probably today that needs to be heard. And you guys need to be their voice. We're tired of it. We want each and every one of our cases to be reopened. We want each and every one of our cases to the officers to be prosecuted, not just some, but all. We want our loved ones to get justice, and then officers to be held accountable for each and every action that they did. My husband pleaded for his life over 70 times within 17 minutes and died in the back of a police car screaming for help, begging, and being so nice, saying, "Please, officer, I'm begging you, please." Just to die 1 minute before he got to the police station from cardiac arrest. He said, "I can't breathe." Okay? I got a law passed here in New York City that states that if anybody needs any kind of medical attention, that the officers will be held and get a civil charge. I went for it to be national. It went to the Senate floor, got read twice, okay? And then it got reintroduced at 21. The UN, the UN did a report of the most 37 horrendous cases of African descent of police brutality, and my husband Andrew Kiers was on that. And you don't hear about it. You know New York is saying Andrew Kiers. No, New York is saying John Collado. Come on, this is your state. This is our state. They need justice too. Okay? One case ain't above the other. And I need this law to pass, because if he died in the manner that he did, he says just one or two or even many, he didn't die in vain, guys. I need this law to pass. You need to help me get this passed. It's called the Andrew Kiss Act, and I need you guys to stand up for him and be his voice. Okay? If you don't know him, Google him. Share his dash cam. It's on YouTube. Okay? And you'll see that he begged and pleaded over 70 times within 17 minutes just to die in the back of a police car from a black cop at that. Okay? That he was in the military, that he knows to be trained in people that are in distress, and you have this man still on the job. And even the chief of police stated that he publicly announced it, that they messed up with my husband, and they still have this man on the job to kill. Okay? So his name is Andrew Kiss.
Andrew Kiss.
Andrew Kiss.
Andrew Kiss.
Andrew Kiss.
Andrew Kiss.
And I want each and every one of you to Google him, to share his story, to be his voice. Because like I said, it's not about one. It's about us all.
Yes.
Thank you.